Jay Leno, one of the biggest car guys on the planet, has his own car care line. You may be a bit skeptical like I was when I first received these products to sample. The first thoughts that actually went through my head were, Jay Leno Products? What is this, a white label rebranded product with Jay Leno's face on it? Don't they sell this in Walmart? But I used the products, and to my surprise, they didn't suck. Actually, they were quite good. I had the opportunity to go visit the garage and learn more about the line and how it all got started. I have to admit I was a little embarrassed because I judged a book by its cover, because I learned that this product line wasn't just a rebranded product with a celebrity endorsement. There's development, a team, and a story behind this product line. Join me today in this weekend wash video to learn more about the product line and how it all got started. We're here at Jay Leno's Garage. Me and Greg, Chris with Jay Leno's Garage here. We're gonna be washing this 01. Not only that, VIN number 1.
Let's not leave that out. This is the number 1 ZR1.
This is gonna be crazy. We're gonna learn about Jay Leno Garage products. We're gonna wash the car together, explore the brand, explore these different products in here. Ready?
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's do it.
Let's get to action.
Getting started, wash bay outside. I love California because you can wash outside. Doesn't
Exactly,
matter.
exactly. And a lot of people, we get a lot of love, I'll call it online, for washing outside. And I don't know if you want to pan to the DI tank, but that is, you know, we don't have too much worry with mineral in the water and all that. So it allows us to do touchless wash and all that great stuff. But this one's pretty dirty. We'll get after it, but you know, I'm not ever too worried about washing in direct sunlight out here. So
let's get started.
I will start with wheels.
All right. What are we using for wheels?
So we'll use our wheel cleaner on the wheels themselves. It's an iron remover, yep. And then I like to just get the bucket, you know, keep the brushes clean with some APC in there and kind of pre-douse the inner fender wells with the all-purpose cleaner and just help break that.
Do you rinse wheels first, or you kind of go straight at them with the chemical?
I like to go straight at them with the chemical because I like to see the color change. I notice when I pre-rinse, I don't get as much color change, but that's obviously because it's blasting off all that.
Literally, the amount of water that hangs on the rim will dilute the chemical, so it's not as strong. The only time I like to pre-rinse the wheels, though, is if they're really dirty. I want to just knock a lot.
These aren't too bad. This
no, they're not. I was looking at them before we started.
All right, I'm gonna spray this on here. Any concern with the carbon ceramics?
No, you're good on the carbon ceramics, yeah. Man, you guys are doing the work for me?
That's kind of our jam.
Yeah, all right, that's what I like to hear.
Honestly, like, we look for that with employees.
Yeah.
Like when you're teaching an employee how to wash a car and the guy just can't wait to get his hands on
Jump
the tools.
Yeah.
It's a great
Good sign. There you go.
Because literally, I want to do the rear wheel.
Broke the bucket.
Broken bucket, you did break the bucket. Just down to the water line though.
Do you let it dwell?
I do let it dwell. With the carbon ceramics, we're not gonna see the color change, but yeah, you do smell that, sodium glycolate, I think, or whatever it is.
But it doesn't smell as bad as some products that I use.
We do add a berry scent to it to try to knock that scent down. Some people call us and say, I love the scent. I love it. And then other people call and say,
I'm getting berry.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's not offensive.
No, it's not horrible. It's not overpowering.
Now, we're not going to get any color change on these.
You're not going to get any color change because the non-metallic breaks, but what I do like to do is work some APC up in the fender
That's what I was literally holding on to that because I can't wait to get this off of there.
So what inspired Jay to start a product line?
Yeah, great question. So, you know, the way we started is my partner and I, Jeremy, he's not here today, but you guys will definitely meet him. We've been detailing here for the last 15 years, but part of also detailing, we owned a very small kind of boutique blending business here in Southern California. And we were cleaning here. Jay's YouTube channel clicked 1 million subscribers, and it was now no longer Jay on the Tonight Show, it was Jay Leno's Garage. This brand was becoming something bigger than just the Tonight Show. And you know, we are always looking for opportunity to grow our business, obviously, and one of the hardest things to do is build a brand name, especially in car care. And we got the bright idea. I don't think it's too far of a leap to, hey, it'd be great to have Jay affiliated with our products. And so we actually went to Jay, said, hey, you know, what do you think? You don't do alcohol, you don't do tobacco, you know, you haven't really put your name on something, but would you be interested in doing a line of car care products? You obviously are, you know, have this garage and people know you for the garage, but you know, what about doing a line of products that the stuff we use here at the garage now available to everybody, you know? So that was kind of the precipice that kicked it all off. And to our surprise, Jay actually said yes. You know, I was floored. You know, we're detailing here and, you know, it had this chance and it was like, well, we'll pitch it, but kind of assumed it was going to be a no and we just keep going doing our thing. And when he said yes, it was like.
How did that work out? Like, so were you detailing cars for him already? Or like, how'd you like even get into be able to talk to Jay?
No kidding.
We were working at a car show. We had a booth for our brand at the car show. Jay showed up, brought the big tank car that you guys got the chance to see. Maybe we'll cut a shot of that in, and parked it right next to our booth. And, you know, obviously, hey, we'd love to show you what our stuff can do. And again, to our surprise, Jay was into it. He said, yeah, come on down, talk to Bernard, and then left it at that, right? Just say, talk to Bernard. And oh, awesome. Okay, yeah, we'll head down there. Had no idea where the garage
You're
was.
knocking on the gate. I'm here to see Bernard.
Had no idea who Bernard was. And so we kind of went and did the show. And before Jay was leaving, we were like, hey, Jay, who's Bernard? And sure enough, Bernard was the guy that came with him. He's riding shotgun in the tank car.
Okay.
This is Bernard. And so we got connected with Bernard and, you know, we got the opportunity to come down here, show Jay what our compounds and polishes could do. We actually worked first on the 7-liter Galaxy. That's really a special car for us, and got the opportunity to show him what our abrasives could do. He liked the finish that it achieved, and from there we just stayed involved. We weren't, you know, showing up here every day, but we did get invited to come help detail, and so we took advantage of that and kind of worked from there. You know, we cleaned cars for free for almost a year.
You're kidding.
Yeah, and, you know, for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And then from there we talked to Jay, hey, would like you to come more frequently. So then that was, hey, we'll show up once a week type thing. And that working over the couple of years of just here cleaning cars, we got the bright idea to pitch the line to Jay, and he was into it. So.
Cool. Were you making your own line? So you were detailing?
We were detailing, yeah.
And you were?
We were blending.
Okay.
And the opportunity arose to come here and help clean the cars, and we couldn't say no.
Yeah.
We knew detailing from blending and selling chemical, so it was like, well, we're not going to call up, you know, our detailer friends and say, hey, would you mind go cleaning over at Jay's garage? Yeah. We hopped all over that, you know, we couldn't pass up that opportunity. So yeah, we initially started blending and then worked our way into detailing, but we don't offer detailing service as far as like outside. We're strictly here for Jay. So
before you started working with Jay, were you a mobile detailer or did you have your own shop?
No, just from blending, going and doing demos at body shops. We service the professional body shops, so the recon shops. We were, you know, up against 3M and Manzurna and all those abrasives, and that's just such a small portion of their overall business, and we were just hoping for crumbs at that point. And learning to compound, rather learning to do surface correction at the body shop level flowed down to me, to us. That's probably the most labor intensive, the most technically involved as far as surface correction is concerned. Yeah. So from there, everything else just kind of flowed down.
That was a story. I mean, because
I gotta rinse this wheel off.
I gotta be honest, like I was just like, okay, Jay Leno's face is on a product line and it's in Walmart. Okay, I get it. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I really didn't think much of it, and I had the product for probably about 2 months before I actually started using it, and I used it in my garage because I finished my garage. I used a couple products, and that's when I reached out to you. I'm like, this stuff actually works.
Yeah, you know,
like, this is great.
Obviously we're not going to put Jay's name on something that doesn't work, right? And the biggest thing for us is giving folks access to the same caliber or quality of chemicals that we use here at the garage. This is stuff we're really using. It's not, oh, hey, we're using this here on camera and we're going to swap out for a bottle of XYZ. No, this is what we use to clean the cars. This is how we care for the cars. And, you know, it's not some big mystery on, oh, you know, you got some secret juice. It's really pretty simple stuff. The chemistry is obviously complex, but really simple basic steps that you guys all know, and we just focus on that and wanted to, again, bring something to market that is what we use here.
Well, that's the story I wanted to tell, because that was important to me. When I came down here, we were down here in LA, and we had the chance to come down here and visit here a couple months ago, hearing the story, and it's actually like a detailer behind it. It actually has passion behind it. It's not just a white label product with Jay's face on it selling in Walmart.
We work with a lot of chemistry labs to develop, and there's a lot of great ones out there. There's a lot of great chemists out there. We started here locally with the materials lab at Cal Poly Pomona. They're a local university here, and the chemists there ran a class. And what was great about that is we got to develop a blend and put it in the laps of 30 different learning chemists, and they would tweak something. Hey, we need it to cut more. We need to put more cutter in it or a different abrasive in it. And we were able to tweak and make different products, really get our in the field feedback on how well it worked, but then back it up with, the spectrogram and checking out, how the kind of cornfields lay out on the surface underneath a microscope and all of that. It was really intense stuff as far as doing
That's
R&D.
the magic partnership where, you can take the best chemist in the world, but he doesn't understand the challenges that detailers face.
Exactly, applying it.
We were talking earlier with some of our friends who are mobile detailers, and there's even more unique challenges if you are working in the sun or if the car's hot and you don't have an indoor place to work with, and what kind of products work well under those types of conditions.
Exactly, and it varies so much. In Southern California, we've got the luxury of being here out in sun, don't got much to worry about as far as weather, but I know you guys in Chicago, it's not the case. It's frozen tundra half the year.
There's no chemist in the world that can overcome frozen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so we're really lucky in that sense, but that also provides some challenges for us, because sometimes we have kind of horse blinders on, and everyone's got sunshine 364 days out of the year, and that's not the case. We've got to think about, hey, salt stains in carpet, and love bugs in Florida, that you got to develop something that.
Why am I doing all the work here?
Yeah, sorry. Well, we're talking.
We're just chatting away here, This is amazing. I'm normally running around like with the pressure washer and everything, so I can get used to this. Because we've got some dirt stuck on the side, I'd like to emulsify it and do kind of a pre-foam before we even hit it with a mitt. And then we can come back and we'll use our ceramic wash shampoo. It's a new blend of ours, but I want to hit it first with this. This will get rid of all that, allow us to rinse it away, and then we can come back.
Was Jay driving this car?
Apparently so. I don't know where the heck he drove it. Yeah.
So we just took a tour of the entire garage here, which is crazy. Does he have a certain car that he drives, or is he kind of like switch it up every once in a while?
Switches it up, and I don't know the rhyme or reason. That question comes up a lot, is how do you choose? And I don't know how I would choose. Without bragging, if you drove one car a day and every single car would take you over a year to get through everything here, which is a pretty daunting task, right?
I'll take that challenge on.
I'll take the challenge on, right? But I feel like too many choices, right? Like, do I want to drive the McLaren F1 today? Do I want to put miles on that?
I understand. Like, I think if, like a convertible makes sense, a coupe makes sense. You need a 4-seat sedan for certain times. You need an SUV for other. Sometimes you need a pickup truck.
Different utilities, right?
But you got so much redundancy in there.
So much redundancy, but that's kind of the cool thing, is it's not, 35 Tri-5 Chevys. Don't get me wrong, Tri-5 Chevys are beautiful, but there is variation here that you don't see multiples of the same car. Every car you stop by has got a story behind it, a reason it's here, and that is, I think, what stands out the most to me. I still walk in here, again, I've been here almost 15 years, I still walk in and I see something new every time I'm here.
I saw so many cars I've never seen before in my life, that are really just incredible. And the fact that every single one of them's got a license plate on it, every one of them's plugged in on a battery charger. Talk to us about the challenge of keeping up with the cars that he drives, if you were the detailer on site.
It seems daunting, right? We do call it the kind of the Golden Gate Bridge. And so we basically could start over again. But on a once a week kind of maintenance schedule, Jay's not driving all the cars in that week time. So he might get to 4 or 5 of them, maybe 6. So a lot of it is dust control. And we utilize, leaf blowers to knock most of that dust down. And then the cars that go out and actually get driven, we'll bring out here in the wash bay. We'll do a full-blown wash. Sometimes, Jay can be particular about certain things, but then also not. And so we won't just willy-nilly break out a polisher and start polishing on cars, because some are original paint, irreplaceable. I start polishing through and start, taking away paint and clear coat, if there is clear coat. Some of that stuff is like, let's just leave the patina as is. So when it comes to full-blown, like getting down surface correction, we leave that to kind of Jay's preference. If he wants us, normally what happens is car comes in, it'll go through a restoration, it'll get painted, we'll do a full color sand and cut on it, and then we'll buff it back from there. And then we just kind of keep it protected and maintained.
Are you guys still doing all the detailing? You guys yourselves, or?
We are, yes. If you guys know any detailers that are looking for a gig, but no, it is.
I'm sure you're gonna have a few after this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. No, we aren't here as much as we like, and you guys probably walked with us today. Things were a little more dusty than I'd like to see them. With the business taking off like it has, and there's been a really great response. People are trying the products. They like the products a lot. It's kind of a double-edged sword. We're able to be busy with the business, but it keeps us out of the garage, and we're not here as much as we'd like to be. Again, we like to see it about once a week that we're here. Right now, it's sometimes once every 2 weeks, sometimes even it's going for a month. So we're really working to solve that. Current state today, as we talk about this, we're looking to find that solution, because I also can't just walk anybody in here and say, you're good to go.
Yeah, sure.
So it's kind of...
It's a lot of trust.
It's a lot of trust.
Yeah.
All right, what are we using here?
All right, this is our clean strip shampoo. So we typically call out about 2 ounces of soap for the foam cannon reservoir, and then we'll do the same in the bucket. Depends on how much foam we want. Obviously, with something like this, I want a ton of foam to help, pull that dirt, lift it off the surface. All of our soaps are very high lubricity, so it doesn't take a ton, but again, obviously trying to minimize marring and swirling as much as possible.
You ever wash with this soap, or is it just mainly just a pre-rinse?
Depends on what we're trying to do. I will wash with that soap, especially something that's taken radiant. That, I've noticed, takes about 2 or 3 applications of our stripping shampoo to really knock it down. So I will wash with it if we're going into a full surface correction. But for something like this, I'm just looking for it to emulsify that dirt. And as we can see, it's just running right off the surface.
Are you just spraying it once? You ever spray it like twice or 3 times? Like you just leave it sit on there? Is there a certain time?
Yeah, let it sit 20 to 30 seconds. Depends, again, it's a pretty cool day today. Yeah. So we've got some better dwell time. If it's hot, sunny summer day, we're moving a lot quicker than this.
Yeah, rinse.
All right, we've been stealing all the fun. Let's put this guy to work.
Oh, now it's my job? All right.
Yeah.
All right, I can handle it.
All right, so what's the next product you're gonna wash? This is an interesting product, ceramic shampoo.
Ceramic shampoo. This one is really interesting. So, ceramics, a lot of the time, especially in soap, those film formers, rather, I should say, don't allow for a real high foaming shampoo. We've got what I would call a time release kind of blend in there that allows the soap to foam nicely at first, and then as those surfactants kind of wash out, the additives will cure on the surface. And so you give it 4 to 6 hours after a wash, you'll have a really nice beading action. But you'll notice at first, water's pretty flat, doesn't look real beading. We'll have nice action on this because it's got a coating on it, but this soap is actually pretty awesome because we're getting, I feel, the best of both worlds out of a ceramic wash shampoo. Something high lubricity, lots of foam, but adds that layer of protection on as kind of like a maintenance type wash,
Well, if you can do 2 things at once, it's the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
How many products are in the line?
We have about 28 chemicals right now. Okay. We're always working on more.
wash it with it on there?
There you go.
Does it burn?
It's extra slick.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, so we know that Jay's a keen car enthusiast. How much input does he have on these products? Does he like to use them? Does he give you feedback on them?
We're typically the ones who are kind of providing feedback to Jay and doing the product development. He definitely trusts our judgment. You know, the biggest thing, kind of the story that Jay will tell you is, especially on the Tonight Show, right? I came in, I hired the best, I brought in the best, I let them do their job. When I came in, I didn't have an opinion on how the lights were set up. My light guy knew how they need to be set up. He's not really one to micromanage. He definitely trusts our input and what we're bringing to the table. And you know, there's really, that sounds great, but there's a ton of pressure on your shoulders to not screw up. You know, it can be a good thing, but it also is nerve-wracking and kind of can keep you up at night sometimes, you know, making, it's not my name on the bottle.
Yeah, right.
It's Jay's name, and so if something is wrong, something's screwed up, you know, it all comes crumbling down and you're responsible for it, you know, so.
I got a question, like, does he enjoy detailing cars? I mean, is it his thing?
I think he does. You know, what I noticed with Jay, especially with like the steam-powered cars, there's a lot of brass, nickel, chrome. He loves to see that tarnish and that kind of that change from really tarnished brass to brand new, almost white brass. And I find him doing the metal polishing quite frequently, actually, when he's here. So I don't see him out here with the pressure washer set up all the time, but definitely when it comes down to metal polish, he likes doing it. And I'll tell him, hey, I'll say, Jay, you know, don't worry, we'll handle that. Hey, no, I got it, which is pretty cool to have him take the reins like that, you know.
Unreal. We got to talk to him a little bit, you know, while we were giving a tour and everything, and it's just a regular dude that just loves cars and loves talking about cars, and that's so awesome. I was a little nervous. I didn't know what to ask him.
I was more starstruck by him than I thought I would be. I thought, like, I hang around you every day, just a regular guy. But then you meet him and you're like, whoa, that's Jay Leno.
You know, for me, when I first started, that was probably the most difficult thing, was trying to get out of my own mind where I was sitting, you know, who I was talking to. It definitely, I grew up, and a lot of people have that same story, grew up having him put you to bed type of thing with the Tonight Show. So it's pretty cool, you know. And then especially if you're a car enthusiast, which I grew up as one, you know, there's that extra level on top of the Tonight Show celebrity. This is, you know, one of the world-renowned car guys, and we get to show up here as needed.
Is he involved with some of the decision making in what products, or like, do you kind of give him renditions or anything, or who's in charge of that?
He's definitely got the final sign off. So we'll develop a product and we'll bring and give him kind of the high points as far as product features. And, you know, again, rarely does he come back and say, no, you screwed it up type of thing, but he gives us the final thumbs up. No, he has not. Luckily, you know, luckily. But, you know, we go do things like on QVC, right? We sell product through QVC, sell kits. Jay is the one on camera. They don't want to talk to me. They don't want to talk to Jeremy. It's Jay's face. So he has to be versed. He has to know what he's talking about. So there definitely is a technical aspect of this that we make sure that he is armed with the appropriate information on how to walk and talk products, you know?
Any fear of like letting this dry because it does have ceramic in it?
You definitely don't want it to dry on the surface if you're in that situation. Right now, again, the humidity, and it's rather cool here. We're not probably in, but if you're working in a hot day, you want to be surface cool to the touch. Definitely if in shade, if you have it, covered garage if you've got it. But yeah, I would definitely not let it dry on the surface.
Yeah, you're right. The beading, I liked how it felt on the car. It did have the good lubricity.
Super slick on the car, but the water seems rather flat.
Right, and that surprises me.
But you come back and rinse this tomorrow, and it'll be crazy beads.
Do you finish the car with something else? Do you use a drying agent?
I will. I'll probably top this with Radiant just to give it that extra boost, you know? We'll work with that, so.
Yeah, you're very thorough.
The rinse is like my favorite part.
Is it? Jason likes
I'm
to
like
vacuum.
OCD.
There's so much place for this soap to hide.
I think that's good. Now the nice thing about working here at the garage too is access to shop air. So It's, you know, again, minimizing touch points on the surface of the vehicle. I like to use compressed air to knock most of the water off.
Yeah.
That's probably not the most friendly for camera, so we'll dry it with towels today, but our typical process is
Yeah, where's the air?
our air hose right here.
Oh, okay.
Chuck there, and
Is this the air compressor?
that is the steam generator for the steam engines inside. So typically, I know with the mic, we'll stop there, but we got a couple drying towels we can attack with this.
So we got 2 different protections. I mean, this one I've been using on my personal cars for the
That
last
quick
month.
detailer is great, yeah, for a drying aid.
this.
Yeah, it's got a great scent to it. That's really what I would use. We can use our Radiant as a drying aid. What I have found though is it'll kind of gum up your microfiber towels. Okay. If you don't get these washed almost immediately, you'll notice they don't absorb as great. So I try to stay away from it. If I'm in a bind and I gotta work quick, great. A little bit of water will help this not streak. But for just a general drying aid, lubricate the towel, that quick detailer is great.
I've been using this as glass cleaner and like on my wife's car, and it is so slick and smooth.
Super
I
slick.
love it.
And the scent is like one you can't beat. I don't know, that orange scent, that 50-50 bar is killer to me, so.
Oh, is that what that is? Dreamsicle, yeah.
Dreamsicle, yeah. You wanna take one of those?
Thanks. So wait, so can we dry it and then put the Radiant on afterward? Is that how you normally use it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. Wow, you're right, Jason. It's really smooth.
So we got the quick detailer, which
the
is
quick
probably
detailer. Really
just a few weeks of protection.
Not even protection, just really slickness and gloss, right?
Okay.
You know, that's really just a gloss enhancer, but you're not really leaving any film or protection behind, where this, you're relying on SiO2 and it will leave
It's
that.
so slick. I feel like I was leaving protection behind. Because remember that time you made the comment, oh, you got ceramic coating on your windshield.
Oh yeah.
It was this that was on it, yeah.
I would imagine it would last through a single rain.
Yes, it would, yeah. You're gonna, a week or two, you know, but this is definitely more robust.
3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months of protection out of that one.
Okay.
All right, and did you mist it on the surface just like you did with
Mist
the
it
last
on the
one?
surface. I work small sections at a time. If it dries, you know, you'll want more product to then work. But work small sections, use one towel to buff in, a clean towel to buff clean to a shine, or you can flip it and you're good to go.
I hate spraying directly on the car.
Really?
When you're outside too and you
Yeah,
got
you
wind,
get the
it just
wafting
like
wind,
it just goes everywhere. I just much rather
There you go. That'll work.
spray it into a towel.
So what do you think? I mean, as far as the application of that Radiant there, you guys are versed, you guys test a lot of different products from a ceramic. Again, this is 10% SiO2 concentration in that. So what are your honest opinions? No hurt feelings here.
It's just a little streaky, but I mean, just going over it, and actually there was some water still on there. So once we used the water on there, it was perfect. It was easy, and it's really slick.
Super slick.
So that's why I enjoyed it. Can you dilute this a little bit? Maybe make it.
Probably could. I mean, again, we're going for that concentration SiO2 that's
I'm probably
leaving that
using
protection.
too much too. I tend to use too much, so I think like I tend to, when products are streaking and everything, use less. Like use half as much as you're using, and usually you're going to get better results.
This hood, if I were applying it, not that you guys did anything wrong, but 2-3 squirts at most, you know, is really all it needs.
I think then the product goes longer too.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so just one spray there, much better.
It certainly feels good going on.
It feels super slick.
And this fragrance is making me happy.
And from our perspective, again, we're looking at the DIY customer, you know, can you pick this up and do it yourself with limited, you know, prior knowledge and achieve a show car, a fantastic, whatever you want to call it, but achieve the desired result. And so that's really the balance for us that we're always trying to strike, is something that you can pick up, use and get a great result out of it.
Don't use it in the sun. Is there anything else special? Like don't get it wet within a certain amount of time?
Once you're done applying and everything's good, set to go, you do want to give it about an hour or so before you get the car wet again.
Okay.
That'll allow it to cure a little bit longer, never hurts. But you know, an overnight type of thing, park the car in the garage and then it's nice and cured. And
yeah, slightly damp towel to help avoid streaking. You know, there's a thing with products, like usability is key, you know, like we want it to be easy to use, but if it's really easy to use and it doesn't work, what's the point? You know?
It's always a balance.
Some of the best products I've used have been a little finicky to work with. And that means it's probably like a higher concentrate of SiO2, so it's going to be a little more finicky to work with, but your desired result is going to be a longer lasting finish or a more durable product. And I'd much rather have it be a little finicky and work really well.
Exactly, and we want to be able to claim that 3 to 4 months. That's a pretty lofty claim out of a sprayable SiO2. I know some of those are professional applied that have the solvents that flash out. Some of them claim 5 years with proper maintenance. That's fantastic. That's awesome to hear. But again, DIY, being able to do this out on your driveway, that's really something that we're trying to find that balance of. And yes, we do, if you use too much, it can have a tendency to streak, but again, we try to educate the customer with instruction and hey, use a damp rag, a little bit of water will help make things go a long way. You're
gonna use this on the glass, to use it on plastic trim?
You could use it on the glass. It's safe for plastic trim. It'll work a little bit like Rain-X, so to speak, on the glass.
All right.
Ceramic tire dressing.
Is there really ceramic in here?
There is SiO2 in there, yes.
What does that do on rubber?
Right, nothing sticks to rubber.
For us, we notice that we get a little bit longer kind of grab time on it. Little bit, it's water resistant, don't get me wrong. It's really tough to be waterproof. You're basically painting on a clear coat if you're trying to get to waterproof. But we notice you kind of run through 2 or 3 rainstorms, maybe 2 or 3 washes with one application.
Let's try it out.
Do you have an applicator?
There's another applicator back here.
Do you want these? You want the tires to be pretty dry?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't mix. This is not like. Is it water based or is it like more?
It is water based. Yeah.
Okay. So if a little bit. Ooh, get it.
Yeah, a little bit won't hurt.
I was impressed that you guys have the whole lineup. You got not just chemicals, but you've got the products or the tools as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great tools and accessories out there, but featuring things that we use here at the garage to care for Jay's cars. So.
All the same stuff. No, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Let this sit on there for a little while.
Yeah. Give it an hour or so. You can stack this one as well. So if you want a little higher gloss, you can come back and add another layer.
I always buff it off. I don't like high shine tire dressing.
Our tire and trim care is a gel dressing, and that is a more satin finish. It's the one I always go with because I'm not a real high gloss person. I like that kind of OEM finish to the tire.
Just nice and clean.
Yeah.
This car looks nice.
Came out nice.
I couldn't wait to get the dirt off of it. That was tragic.
It really needed it.
I appreciate it. Thank you for showing us the products and really diving in and let us know. That's important for us, the products that we're going to be carrying on Car Supply's warehouse. It has to have a story, right? We have a detail shop, we have a story. We enjoy other people who are detailers and have a story. It's not just another white label product out there. I mean, there's thousands of products out there, but we want to carry the ones that work and that have a story and have passion behind them. So.
Well, we appreciate it, and I appreciate the help very much. It's normally, it's a 2-man team normally, so having 3 sets of hands is excellent, but I appreciate the help very much knocking this wash out. It's really cool for us is, we try to keep the cars as clean as possible, and that way these maintenance washes can just go as quick as possible, and having you guys help made it even quicker, so thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Well, it's nice to hear your story, so thanks for
Tested,
sharing.
proven, packed. You can pick them up at Car Supply's warehouse. Try them out for yourself. You're going to be impressed. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.